Please join me to welcome Tina on the show, please. Thank you. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Tina, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, long time.
Yeah.
How have you been keeping? Tina?
I've been keeping up, right?
Good,
Yeah.
good, good. Tina, you are the director and CEO of the Africa pageant here in Ireland. Can you talk us through some of the work you've started doing when you, I think back in 2000?
Okay. I've been in Ireland since '97, and I found out that there was a need to showcase African beauty in another way, to showcase it so people can see the beauty in Africans. And I was thinking about the ways to showcase that. And the only thing that came up to me then was doing it through like an event, a pageant. Then I sat down with a friend of mine, Pamela Akinjobi, and we started brainstorming, and then we came up with the idea. It was called The Most Beautiful African Girl in Ireland. And the first event was held in 2000. And we held that in the Ashland Hotel. I remember that the hall was maybe filled with maybe less than 100 people, but it was quite successful because of our very first event. And on that evening, we had 8 contestants from different African countries. And the first one was won by a Nigerian. And I can remember that we couldn't get sponsorship. So we wrote to Fashion Fair, which previously we had written to Fashion Fair to come and open a counter, a business in Ireland. Fashion Fair are the producers of makeup for Fashion Fair makeup. And because then there was no makeup for dark skin. The closest we got then was Elizabeth Arden, and it was a little bit lighter as well. So I wrote to the organization. I told them about the market that was here, the growing African community, ethnic minorities with dark skin tone. And then they said, okay, you know what, we'll come and have a look, and then we'll see what we can do. So we invited them for the event.
Wow.
So they came to the event.
And that was the first event ever?
That was the first ever Most Beautiful African Girl in Ireland. So one of the counter managers came, and she was there with us. She attended the event. She presented makeup gifts to the contestants, and then she saw that there was the need for them to have a business in Ireland. So they came into Ireland in 2001, and they asked me to manage the accounts for them, which I did for 3 years.
Wow.
And it was quite successful. But then the organization Miss Africa Ireland, since the year 2000, we have been showcasing the beauty of African girls. We've been showcasing new talents in the, comedians, performing artists, name it. And in total, we've had over 250 people that have benefited from this event every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in part of what I read from what you've done, like you've really supported a lot of different young, aspiring, talented models. What are the other activities that, after most of this model come through your organization, what are the other activities that they would do outside that? Okay,
we've had success stories. I can tell you this. One of our winners was Miriam Matabaro. She's a big-time model in America. We have Elizabeth Sue. We have Linda Ama. These are all previous winners. We have Tina Mutombo. We have Nofeli Bati. We have Osi Ugona. Osi Ugona actually won the most, the top model in Poland just last year. And she won 100,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
huge.
Huge.
And she was our winner in 2012. You
wow.
know. So you see, this is kind of like a platform to showcase these girls. There was never any platform for them before we started doing Miss Africa Ireland. And then, from us doing it yearly, these girls normally, they're too shy.
True.
To come out and model or to speak out. So we kind of like coach them. We rehearse with them, give them the confidence that they need. And then when they sit back after the event and watch the videos, they go, did I actually do that in front of these people? So then I can do it. So then they go ahead. And then they become models, they become professionals, and we have impacted their lives in that way. And that's okay for me, because Treaties Organization is a non-governmental organization, it's a non-profitable organization. We're doing it purely for passion, not for money. So.
And you are the only Miss
Miss Africa Island, yeah,
at
that's
the
right.
moment, yeah. Tina, look at some other areas. You've done things like Accra, is the Accra Festival.
Ankara Carnival, yeah, yeah.
Talk us through that.
Okay, that was another thing that came up to mind in 2007. I sat down and thought about it, the African prince, because I remember I took my kids back home in 2006 for their grandfather's funeral and burial, and they had to wear the Ankara, and they were kind of like, "Oh, Mom, I don't really want to wear it. I don't really want to wear it." And I said, "Look, this is African prince. Do you know what?" Then I started opening up images for them of Beyonce wearing it, of Rihanna wearing it, of all the stars wearing it. I'm like, that's quite interesting. I never knew about that before. So when you're bringing up kids abroad, outside of their own original country, you know, where you're from yourself, and you still want them to have a bit of that culture of their origin, you need to do cases. I mean, you need to do events like that. So Ankara Carnival is an event where we showcase the beauty of African prints. And Ankara is the fabric that is worn mostly in nearly all the West African countries. So it's worn in Congo, it's worn in Ghana, it's worn in what's it called, Gambia, nearly all the West African countries. It is their national wear. Everybody wears it. You know, it depends on how you want to wear it. You can wear it to a very big occasion, or you can wear it casually. It depends. So that's why we have that Ankara Carnival every year, where we encourage all the attendees to wear the fabric called Ankara.
Good. We'll be right back after this, because Tina's going to be talking to us some more area of our profession in person. We'll be right back. Thank you.